Hello and welcome to Pocket Playthroughs. I'm Jacob,
And I'm Sonic Boom Product.
and Hugh shall be joining me from now on for our Sonic Adventure DX playthrough as we continue on into part 2.
Yep.
And,
So
go ahead.
we've done Emerald Coast, right? Emerald Coast and Chaos Zero. Okay.
Yeah, and we
Just want to make
just,
sure.
yeah, and we found Tails and he just told us to go to meet him at the Mystic Ruins, which is where we just arrived right now. And we're about to go and fight our second boss of the game. I don't know why I like messing around with the spin dash a lot around here.
Well, it's a good feature. I love it.
Yeah, I just found is that in this game they made it a little bit too sensitive, as you can see when I try to use it as like a dodge move in the boss fight.
Yeah.
It's really good for like re-getting your speed back really quickly, but for just like a classic get out of the way in a quick instant, it's a little too sensitive.
Yeah. Wasn't this the first game that Sonic called Dr. Robotnik Eggman?
Yeah, I think this is really when they started to influence the whole Eggman thing, because Eggman himself even started projecting it, saying, "Silence, I am Dr. Robotnik," and he just
Right.
keeps influencing it.
Right, because that's like everyone's getting really lazy and they're just calling him Eggman when the real Sonic fans should call him Dr. Robotnik, as we used to know him.
Yeah, but then as the future went on, especially in Sonic Adventure 2 or Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for those who played it on the GameCube, when they introduced his grandfather, Dr. Joe Robotnik, that's when the whole Eggman thing really starts getting going. Because when more modern Sonic fans hear Eggman, they think this guy, but when they hear Robotnik, they think it's his grandfather.
And what is Dr. Robotnik's main theme song? What's it called? The Eggman.
Yes,
So,
just Eggman. Yeah, this is when I use the spin dash, and it makes me fly all over the way over there, way out of the way.
yep. And that silly little glitch that you can do in the Dreamcast version, you can just keep jumping on him constantly. When Director's Cut, it won't let you do that for some weird reason.
Well, because what they did back then when the Dreamcast was more popular is that they made the Dreamcast version before they made the PC, before the GameCube, before any of that.
Hmm.
Because the original date for DX and the GameCube version is, I believe it was 1999, and the Dreamcast came out a few months before it, or actually almost an entire year.
The official release of the Dreamcast in America was 9/9/99, and it was highly hyped. So,
Well, it's because it was the very first 3D Sonic game besides Sonic 3D Blast.
which sucked.
Yeah.
I can't get past the first level. I'm like, screw it. I'm turning it off.
Yeah, I was watching a playthrough through it on YouTube, and it seems pretty complicated. It's really easy to get lost.
And then you have the weird flickies. I'm like, what the hell?
And every single time you get hit, you lose all your rings and all of them. So it's pretty much just forcing you to go through the game without taking a single hit.
Well, you try and do that in every Sonic game, don't you?
Yeah, I know, but in that game they make it harder because you need the flickies to complete the level. It's basically saying, like in one of the original Sonic games, for you to pass this level, you need to have this many rings.
Right. So now the big drip comes back, I guess.
Yeah, and this is the first time when we see him get fed a Chaos Emerald, we get introduced to the main plot of Eggman collecting all the Chaos Emeralds to feed them to Chaos to make him more powerful. And back there, as you saw when he threw the Chaos Emerald at him, he actually missed him. He threw it past him, but somehow he still managed to get it.
They don't need to tell you that. As long as you get the concept that he got the emerald, they're okay.
Yeah, and this is Chaos 1, which is basically Chaos, a foot taller with a bloated arm. So pretty
So
much,
scary.
so basically look out for his right hook Sonic, otherwise, who cares?
It's funny. He called this empire that he was going to build Robotnik Land,
Wow,
and I'm not.
whereas in Sonic Unleashed, when he actually builds his empire, it's Eggman Land.
Yep. And this is like the only time I see Doctor Robotnik like do a magic Houdini trick, like one button and he disappears with a flash of light.
It almost kind of
Yeah.
looked like he like threw the whole ninja pop smoke stuff at the ground and he disappeared.
Yep.
It'd be kind of hard for Eggman to be like a ninja. He's pretty fat.
Hmm. Silent but deadly. That's all you need.
And yeah, that's the part where I get kind of confused with the camera controls because this game was definitely not meant for a keyboard. Games that have adjustable camera views and 3D environments like this are usually not meant for computers.
Can't you hook up like a USB controller to it
Yeah,
or
but I don't
something?
have one of those.
Me neither. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird glitch I noticed right here, is that when you throw that into the stone tablet itself, or the little windstone, you get stuck underneath the rocks and you can't get out until the
Hmm.
rocks themselves lift up. So if you threw that stone and you missed the little pedestal, and it threw you under those rocks, you'd be stuck there. You'd have to shut down the game or quit and restart.
Right. Well, anyway, we're at Windy Valley, and like I said, I don't. It's not my favorite stage, but compared to other levels with other characters, I don't mind this stage. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I really like the stage. This is one of those stages where I like going back and playing through it, especially because of the final area where it's just running through lots of loops and corkscrews and high-speed action.
Right. I remember I stand just at the base of the tornado before getting sucked in, and I see how far the tornado will come close to me, like how much damage it'll cause, and I just found that really cool.
Yeah, this game was really ahead of its time for 1999. I mean, this was around the same time as me and my compadre said in our other videos. This was around the same time as the original Red Faction, and that game's animation wasn't even close to this.
And this was like, we're coming up on the 10th year anniversary of this game, and I can't believe it was made in 1999.
Yeah, I know. Actually, what month was the original release date?
For Japan,
Just for the game in general, like the average month.
it was supposed to be released at the same time the Dreamcast at 9/9/99, I think.
I'm gonna look that up in time for the
Yeah.
next video is the month, so we can give you exactly what time shall be the 1 year anniversary, or if it's already passed. I mean, not 1 year,
Oh, the
10
the
year
one the anniversary for Sonic, or
for a DX itself, the first 3D Sonic game.
yeah, because all I know is I watch GameTap, and they said that Sonic Adventure came out at the same time to meet Dreamcast's highly hyped launch at 9/9/99. That's all they said. So
Yeah, I'm sure I could just look it up on Wikipedia in like 15 seconds.
yeah,
And actually, if you really notice about a lot of the stages in this game is that Sonic stages are usually the longest, even though they go by pretty quickly. Like, it usually has multiple stages to it, but that's so when other characters get to these stages, they're only in a section of it. Like the very original section, both like Gamma and I
yeah,
think somebody else also goes into that stage only for that section. The tornado section is only with Sonic, and this section Tails only plays in.
right. And don't forget that I'm not going to try and spoil anything big, but Sonic has about 2, 3 times the amount of stages as other characters in this game.
Yeah, Tails and Knuckles are the other two big characters in this game, and they have about 5 each. But right here, we just finished Windy Valley, the second stage of the game. I'm Jacob,
I'm Chris.
and we're signing off. Please join us in part 2.